Hey, what it do, man? Your boy 100. We back in this. We going crazy. I'm going crazy. This like my seventh video today. We going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. This is Adam22 and Weezy. I, I, I don't know what. I think she's from the Horrible Decisions podcast. I think. I started this video and it was like 3 or 4 seconds in, and I heard her say Horrible Decisions podcast, so I'm assuming that's where she's from, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. But they talking about Kevin Samuels, and y'all know how I feel. If you see my Kevin Samuels videos, you know I'm 100% in support of Kevin Samuels. And most people that don't support Kevin Samuels, you don't watch the show. So if you only watch clips, I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion is null and void. If you have not watched a end-to-end show, the 3-hour show, if you watching 15, 20, 30 second, 60-second clips, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking that she's about to start talking off of seeing clips. But anyway, let's see what's up. I think my boy Adam actually had Kevin Samuels on the show. So I'm knowing you talk to this man in real life, he explained, y'all had a deep conversation. I'm pretty sure Adam has a more introspective opinion about Kevin Samuels than her. But let's see what's up.
I never really saw Horrible Decisions as this tens and tens of $1 million thing. So in my head, I needed to branch out more and more and more. I can't be in the room with millionaires all the time and working with them and not want to have my millions. You know what I mean? And watching OnlyFans girls that I'm interviewing get fucking millions and millions. You and Lena, be nasty. Like, how am I going to do it? And like, now that I see how people use their brand and keep branching, that's really what made me want to open shit up. Like, I can only talk and suck dick for so long, bro. I'm going to get tired of shit.
That's why
All right. I'm gonna say my comments. Let's keep going.
I actually kind of find impressive about your podcast is that you guys stay excited and interested about it, because a lot of times when I'm watching like fucking different podcasts in the hip hop sort of realm, I'm like, can y'all just stop talking about dating, like the politics of dating, or like, oh, do you think that when a guy goes out that he should pay for the girl's food? It's like,
Dude,
oh
I
my
can't
God,
hear that one more time.
are you guys really gonna fucking talk about this again? Oh my God. Like, I know I'm 37, so it's just an old conversation to me. Maybe if you're 21, it's a lot more interesting, but I just feel like so much of this relationship talk is so boring in the podcast world now.
It is. And I think that we need to start, if we're, what Mandy and I are able to do, because people thought we would run out a long time, we keep reinventing that conversation with new people. I've had how many threesome conversations. Mandy's talked about the sex club over and over, but we can keep bringing people and their experiences, and that's new and exciting. Like, we just interviewed a couple, a black dude and an Asian chick, about their cuckold relationship and him watching her and how they met. Like, that shit is interesting. Yes, we've told you what a cuckold is before, but now we're seeing it with them. And then maybe we might bring another one and their dynamic is different. And when you can bring on people to share their journey, it's the same shit. You have a music pod, right?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I would say like music, society, culture,
Yeah,
whatever
mostly
the genre
music,
is.
but yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's the rappers over and over, but something's different with each one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like hoes, but they like fucking a new Tristan Thompson every week. So
It's true, but like, okay, like, I really enjoyed the Kevin Samuels interview we did, but I just can't listen to another evaluation of another woman's dating situation. Like,
you
over.
had Kevin Samuels on?
Yeah, and I
think he's a terrible person.
You heard that? She said
Why you crying,
she thinks he's a terrible person.
Okay, we can talk.
She thinks Kevin Samuels is a terrible person, right? Now, I don't know what she's gonna say after this, right? So I saw this clip on Instagram Live, Instagram TV, and I got to around this part, and I was like, I'm gonna stop this because I gotta put this on the YouTube. The people need this. I don't know what she's gonna say after this, but I'm saying the fact that she says that she thinks Kevin Samuels is a terrible person, I'm gonna bet. What can I bet? I'm gonna bet $5,000 to whatever charity. She has never watched one of his shows from beginning to end. I got $5,000 on it. And I don't know what she's about to say after this. But I'm knowing Just the fact that she said that. You have not watched an entire show before. But let's see what's up.
Talk about that, but I just have a lot of friends who like watch this shit over and over, and I'm like, bro, at a certain point, don't you feel like you've just learned enough about like unhappy women who are like having a hard time dating?
It's not like the clips at first to me, like they were jarring to see, but like building a brand on shitting on black girls, like I don't like that.
You really think that's what it is, though?
100%. I think some of the advice has been, I would say conducive, but like for the most part, like no, your most viral and salacious shit is really talking about women badly.
Right.
That gets the most views. So if that gets the most views, that's more people coming to my page. Higher chance of you subscribing to my channel and watching my entire live stream. That don't make sense to you? If I just posted all the time, women agree with me all the time, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have blown up the way he's blown up. But if I show you when I gotta like really put my foot down and I get a negative reaction, like that's more views. People feed off negativity. But his podcast, his show is not negative at all.
I don't like that. Like,
but don't you think that like the women that he's shitting on, like they deserve it?
No.
Really?
No, I don't.
I think like the point that I was so easily able to call from the Kevin Samuels thing was just like, these women are being raised to not understand what the fuck is going on. Like they just really
telling girls they're fat, looking like a linebacker, shit like that. Like that's fucking nuts.
The women that he says that to are the women who think that they're gonna get some. Like I've seen these women who are like 300 pounds saying that they deserve a guy who's making $1 million a year and shit. And it's like, that's not gonna happen for you. Like you are crazy for thinking that this is how the world works. And for him to have to even tell them that is pretty shocking to me.
It's just shocking to watch him speak that way because I don't really see the caliber of woman he could get. Like I don't find.
But why does it have to go to that right away? I think the thing that's shocking
it goes to that right away because you do need to be exemplary of what you're saying to people.
You don't.
I'm not listening. That's what the Donald Trump bullshit was.
Right, but he dresses
very well. You can't tell us how we need
to
be a country that's this, and that.
But you don't though. I can have a doctorate in nutrition, right? I could let you know I could give you all the information that you need, right? But because I don't have washboard abs, are you not going to receive this information? People talk about the fact that he's not married, but he has been married. So he saw the negative aspects and the positive aspects of marriage. And he's an older man, so he can say like, hey, he's 50 something, I believe. So he's seen many generations of people go through this dating thing, go through this life thing. He's seen grandmothers, great grandmothers, mothers, cousins, nieces and nephews. Like, just think about how old 50 is. You done seen a lot. I'm giving you information. You don't like the information, you attack me. But it doesn't change the information. I don't pause a lot for me to only be 3 minutes in.
And that when your shit is fucked up and you could barely be eloquent.
Right.
Like, don't tell me that I deserve a person who looks like this when like Kevin Samuels is 6.5, 7.
That ain't what he's saying, though.
The thing about Kevin Samuels is that it's not about him. It's like, number one, like, yes, he dresses nice and he came in here with an attractive woman and stuff. So he's doing what he can to paint the picture. But I think that the main thing that his content points out is just how women have had their hand held through life so much and are so not used to being told what's real. And on the other hand, it's like, if you're a fat dude who's ugly and is not going to get any pussy, I mean, it's just, the world is lining up to let you know that you ain't shit. And a lot of these women, they
fat
figure
guys
it,
get fucked. That's not true.
They figure it out at like 35 that they're.
What is she talking about? A fat dude with no money, bro? You better have the mean talk game. We know as men, we know and we understand, bro. If you're not providing nothing for the woman, bro, you're not getting that woman. We understand that, bro. Women don't understand that for some reason. They feel like I'm the woman, I'm the prize. I should get whatever man I... No. What are you giving? What are you providing? What do you have? I don't want that. You feel me? What is she talking about?
They're just not, the world is just not as accommodating as they've been told their whole life. And now we have Kevin Samuels to let them know. And I think that he's actually doing important work.
On soul.
I can't wait for Dr. Umar to get his ass. I really hope they get him.
But Dr. Umar's living in a fantasy world. Kevin talks about real shit.
How is Dr. Umar in a fantasy?
Because he kind of relies on these like fake arguments too of being like, you say mean things to black women. It's not really about that.
No, Dr. Umar is like way deep. Mind you, he's super homophobic, and I can't even believe I'd be sticking up for him like this. But like,
Right.
I have really seen Dr. Umar for the good in what he's taught people about blackness, that I fuck with him for it. I think like when I'm making the Dr. Umar Kevin Samuels joke, I really just want someone to see Kevin Samuels. Like I want to see someone really tell him about himself, because I think he needs that. I'm not that person to do that. You're not that person to do that.
What is there to tell him? What are you talking about, bro? I don't, bro. What is there to tell? What is there to tell? I'm gonna keep watching, bro. It's so apparent that she does not watch Kevin Samuels' material. She doesn't watch his show. It's so apparent. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these opinions.
But Dr. Umar, I think, could really tear his ass the fuck up.
Maybe. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that the arguments that I heard from that viral video about Kevin Samuels, I just didn't think that's not going to hold any weight. If they're going head to head in a debate, I just think Kevin's going to wash the floor with him, because it's so much more ground level perspective of how we actually know that people operate.
It's just the message that he's giving. He's not really telling you like you need to like, you know, put your standards in check. He's really like shitting on these girls.
He is saying that,
where he's like, this is what you deserve. And
but
I think
those are the women who.
All right, bro. I'm trying to make it through this video, bro, but you don't know what you're talking about at all.
Call in and ask for relationship advice, so it's kind of hard for me to I agree, bro. If you were to just choose a random woman in the public eye and just start rating her dating possibilities, that would be very like bad.
I mean, in a way, it's like the Jerry Springer shit, right? It's like, yo, why do they go on this show when they watch every week and they know they about to look crazy,
right?
But I don't know, maybe it's hard for me because of the age, maybe because they're black women. Like I just feel like every clip I've seen when he's shitting on a girl, they're black, and like that's really hard for me to watch.
I feel like that's just his audience, because I feel like he would be eager to talk shit to a white woman.
It might. You think so?
I don't really see, like, I don't think it's like racialized, besides the fact that he just has a largely black audience.
Well, I just mean the viral clips of like, you know, you calling girls ugly. Like they're always.
And believe me, he takes it way too far. He says the rudest, most fucked up shit I could ever think of. I mean. And he knows that he's doing that, and he's going to get extra media attention from his audience for like.
But see, Howard Stern, a Charlemagne, people like that can make those moments happen without being that disgusting. That's talent. What Kevin Samuels is doing is just
disgusting. Your example is that he caught a woman fat and said she weighed as much as a NFL linebacker. She did, and she was. Right? His point in saying that was to give her some type of perspective that you weigh more than most men. You're going to have to get in some type of shape to get the kind of man that you want. If you don't want to get into shape, then start lowering your standards. Stop looking for a man that's making six figures. Stop looking for a 6-figure man if you weigh 300 pounds. If you weigh 280, if you weigh 250, stop looking for a 6-figure man and you weigh this much. What are you giving him? You're not even providing eye candy. You know what I'm saying?
It's like mean. The way that you can bring out things to people and either get them a little riled up or angry or whatever, like that's not you really, really shitting on someone for this fucking moment. That kind of shit, I don't really like that.
I would never want to be in the position of having to do the kind of content that Kevin Samuels does. But actually, that's why I think it's almost kind of like brave, because Charlemagne like would never speak to a woman on his show that way. Granted, he doesn't interview just like random ass women who have nothing going for him. But I feel like he has too much of a career. He knows that his career would probably fucking torpedo if he said that kind of shit. The point, though, I think, is just to be real, just be honest.
But Charlemagne doesn't need to do that.
But don't you think we're in a society that really distances?
You watched Charlemagne earlier? He was talking about sniffing chairs. He was a whole pervert. He was saying all kind of wild shit. What are you talking about? Charlemagne was saying the wildest shit ever on radio. What is you talking about, bro? Bruh, who is Weezy, bro? Is she under Charlemagne? I think she's under Charlemagne. I think she's on the Black Effects Network or something. Because, like, What, bro? Charlamagne was saying the wildest shit ever, bro. The wildest shit. Like, shit, like, that he said it now, he is getting canceled, like, type shit.
Incentivizes being honest.
Is honesty calling someone a linebacker?
Yes, it is.
I mean, if she's the size of a linebacker, then I
Dude,
mean, she's a
please stop.
linebacker, right? I mean,
I feel bad, bro. Like,
nobody would ever get on a woman's ass for saying the same thing to a fat man, basically, is what I would say about that.
the way that he shits on people, I don't know, bro. And I feel like fat guys get fucked, bro. Like, I fuck chunky dudes. Like,
I know.
Were
The
they
world is
poor?
set up unfairly, for sure.
it is.
Were they-
That's
were
why I
they
look
poor?
past it. You know what I'm saying?
Were they
I'd be
poor,
like, all right,
though?
he's funny.
Yeah.
I like your car.
We all know. I mean, we just interviewed these dudes. I don't know if you know about them yet, the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Earn Your Leisure literally called me and
Okay.
they're like, you have to go on this podcast. Are they out of Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
If you hate Kevin Samuels, you really hate these guys.
Oh, that's probably why they want me on there. Why? What do they do?
Well, they had like an analogy that I thought was pretty compelling, the candy shop analogy.
Okay.
And it's basically the idea that, you know, because like a lot of women will like not understand why a guy in his who's 35 or 40 or whatever will want to be doing all this house shit. They'll be like, I have it out of my system by that age, so why are you on that time now?
Because they just started making money?
Well, yeah, because like he said, he was picture a candy store, and like some people can go into the candy store when they're 18, and then some people are only allowed to go into the candy store once they're 35.
I'm not mad at that analogy.
The second group is men, because realistically, like as a man, and this just made sense of my life to me so much, because like I knew that things didn't feel right for me when I was like 18, 19, because I knew I just couldn't like get like the hottest girl in the club or whatever. It's because as a man, you have no value until you do something with your life, until you earn some money, until you make something out of yourself. Whereas with a woman, I mean, her market value is probably the highest when she's like 18 to 21.
Her market value, you think? I think it's got to be at least mid-20s, dude.
I mean, yeah, definitely can hold out to the mid 20s for sure. But like, you know, women get to enter the candy store at 18. And guys really, like, if you go to the club at 18 and you don't have anything going for yourself, you're not in the game yet.
I don't think that's Kevin Samuels bad. I agree with that analogy. I 100% understand when men that start getting money go through that fucking midlife crisis weird shit when they start, like, I get it. Because your access changes. Like, from a low level of describing this, right? Like, I noticed recently, like, I never thought I'd want to buy like an expensive watch or jewelry. I always thought that stuff was stupid, but just because I didn't have money like that.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to say that when you don't have the money, right?
When like tens, like, I don't want to say it like that because like sometimes I really try to keep myself in check and have some humility here. But like at the same time, like a few $1,000s on shit, it really ain't nothing to me no more. Like it really isn't. So when I'm buying that stuff, I'm doing it more and I'm like, why am I suddenly having the taste to buy this or that? And I'm not talking about like a Gucci bag. I'm talking about a Gucci t-shirt with just the label inside, just chill shit. Why am I doing that for me?
Right.
And it's because I can. And I couldn't before, and now I have that access. And that's just men with pussy.
And I did that at first too. Like I bought a fucking chain, I bought a grill, I bought a bunch of designer shit, and then like though I wouldn't even say it made me not that much happier. I would say it actually made me less happy to have that shit in my life and to sort of like carry around, like have something on you that sort of represents your status. Like, what am I, a fucking king or something? I just can't get into it.
Big chains, yes, but I think there are little money things we all need that make us feel good. I live in New York, so a car isn't really it for me, but you know, I have to get a place in LA now.
Where you stay, I could totally understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because someone made a comment to me about where I stay, and she's like, "You're bougie," and we know. She's like, "I have a loft. I live in the Lower East Side. My studio's in Soho." Mm-hmm. And 100%, I got that studio in Soho on purpose because I know what it means to have that shit. Like, it was cheaper to get it in Brooklyn, but I know what the fuck a black-owned studio in Soho means. And my partner got it too. Like, I want to be that bitch that has that. And it is location. You know what I mean? Like,
In New York, 100%, yeah.
it 100% does. And so the LA thing, right, with the car, watch, small things. Like, I've been driving around a Camry for the past few days. I mean, I don't live here, right? And I was like, yo, I gotta get a G-Wagon. Like, I gotta get some nice shit. I can't be pulling up the fucking bungalow or Soho House and this shit.
And that's what's funny.
You can't pull up in the Camry thing? Yeah, I don't like Shorty.
Too is
I don't
that like you're not from here, so
I don't like
everyone
Shorty.
100% knows it's a rental, but it doesn't matter. Everybody just gets it.
Dude, people are saying that. Is that true?
What?
Like they know it's a rental because it's
I
not
don't even
like.
hear
Well,
what she
why
got to
would
say
you
no more.
have some?
Are you talking
No,
about Kevin
like I
Samuels
see
anymore?
the need for a nice car here.
I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut it early. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. I don't like Shorty. I don't like Weezy. I'm not feeling Weezy. I'm not feeling Weezy at all. You got strong feelings and strong hate and strong distaste for a person that you ain't even really tapped in with. You ain't watched the show. You ain't looked at the show.
Lily really makes my life so much easier, and I'm gonna show you why.
Anyway, you ain't tapped in. You ain't watched. You ain't looked for real. You ain't really did no kind of research. Like why are you having these such strong opinions of watching 60-second clips, man? You know what I'm saying? As a person, if you're going to have an opinion about somebody, if you're going to feel away about somebody, if you're going to say somebody's a piece of shit, at least research the person. At least research the person. So I watched this and I heard what you said. I don't like that. I don't like what you just said just then. Maybe I'll go back and tap in with you. And hold on one second. Hold on one second. One second. Them goddamn beers. Them goddamn beers. Them goddamn beers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really gotta have headphones no more because I'm not listening no more. But yeah, man, like I just don't get it, man. I don't get this strong reaction, this strong opinion for somebody you ain't even tapped in with. You don't even watch the show. My man just so happened to be live right now. Like you can watch him live every day. He live every day. You call him a piece of shit. You talking about Dr. Umar gonna eat him up? Whole time she ain't even knowing him and Dr. Umar probably gonna agree on like 90% of everything. Because they both about building black families and continuing black families. You feel me? First thing you said is sucking dick and man, what, bro? Get your paper, dog. Get your paper, man. But I ain't feeling Shawty, bro. I ain't feeling Shawty. Look at the first comment. She's not even bright enough to realize she's sitting in front of a man who thinks just like Kevin. Whoever Goldie Smith is, whether they agree or disagree with Kevin Samuels, just said some real shit. Hard to listen to. Basically, her argument is what Kevin Samuels is doing only counts if he says things the exact perfect way. I don't have a problem with what he says, just the way he says it. BS, the truth doesn't care about it. Yeah, man. I don't like her opinion. I don't like what you're talking about. I don't like her jib. I don't like the cut of her jib. I don't like the cut of her jib. But anyway, man, I ain't finna make this video too long, bro. I don't like what Shawty's saying. I don't like what she's selling. I'm not feeling her. Don't have such strong opinions of somebody and you ain't tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna call her no piece of shit. She called Kevin Samuels a piece of shit. I'm not calling you that. I don't know you. I don't know your in-depth. I don't know your heart. But I'm gonna say, based on your opinions, I disagree with your opinions and I don't like your opinions. That's what I got to say. But anyway, man, if you like the video, you know what I'm saying, like the video, subscribe to No Jumper, Adam22. Leave a comment, let me know how you feel. This is not a Kevin Samuels video because Kevin Samuels is not in it, but it's slick a Kevin Samuels video because that's what they were talking about. And yeah, man, subscribe to your dog, man. Subscribe to your boy. And I'll see you in the next one.